Manixit here, and I'm here to talk about the proposal for job seekers. They get paid €233 per week, and the proposal is if they don't accept a job or they refuse a job, should they be cut payments? Right, so let me take you on the journey of a job seeker from the moment they're born. This could also apply to any single person in the world. And this is how your identity is formed and who you are and what you're doing on this planet basically comes from. So from the moment you're born, your brainwaves are in a hypnotic state. It's called Theta. Basically that means that everything is unconscious. You just absorb in everything from the outside. So everything from your mom and your dad and your family and your cousins and your relatives, you absorb in all their belief systems, their customs, their language, no matter what it is that you experience, and you start to form your identity. So as this goes on in life, then you got the matrix, which I call the matrix ecosystem. And this is a very low vibration or a low programming system that we're involved in at this moment in time on planet Earth. So you got everything from parents, which I spoke about, and then you go to schools, and then you got college, you got your corporates, you got your financial system, you got your media, you got your government, and your religion. And that's the ecosystem that I talk about. And that basically is pumping in information to you through your six senses and to your belief systems. And the most important one is your journey. And this journey basically is a shadow self that's formed with yourself as you go through life. And this stores all your belief systems, your memories, your anxieties, good experiences, bad experiences. It frames you and who you are and what your identity is and how you go through life. But if you think about it, you are not yourself, because you're basically a manufactured societal ecosystem that has taught you what to think, how to think, when to think. And unfortunately, we picked up on all the limiting beliefs because we're in a primarily negative belief system era. So you're not good enough, you're not fast enough. There's the whole divide and conquer where the two polarities, the two extremes are put off against each other. There's the financial system, which has got problems in it. There's a lack of money, there's no money. And people are really struggling. There was the recent events in 2020, so mental health has gone through the roof. You also have things like war. You got six mass extinction, imploding governments, as I talked about, and every single bit of society deregulation or problems basically in society. Men don't want to approach women, so men don't need women, women don't need men, women aren't having babies anymore, relationships are going down. So every little bit of life that you look at, there's problems, and particularly with children, because they're getting absolutely crushed from this ecosystem. And primarily, there's four responses here. So there's a fight, flight, freeze, or fold. And any one of those four, when you're faced with all this avalanche of criticism and negativity, and you don't feel good, and you're not good enough, and you've no purpose, and then let's say the AI here comes in and it takes over your job, and all of a sudden you're feeling terrible, you're feeling crap, you're feeling worthless. And then what happens? You end up on job seekers. So if you were to cut the payment of job seekers, they're already in a mentally disabled frame of mind, meaning that they simply can't function. So that's one group. The group that simply cannot function. If you cut them, they're going to feel it, and they're going to feel it so bad. And the worst feeling is that freeze or the fold one, which is the suicide. So you're going to have a whole ripple effect that creates into an avalanche in society. And you're going to have problems at a local basis. You're going to have problems in the hospitals. You're going to have problems in the community. And that's going to exasperate all the other existing problems that lie at the moment. And this AI is really, really, really taking over jobs. It's nearly mirroring man in terms of how it can produce and create goods and services. So that's the worst case scenario. But yeah, there's that first group, and that first group essentially are the people that just cannot function. And you take that payment off, they're finished. Second crew of people would be, let's say, people who are fully functional, who are, wanting to get out there. They have a skill set, and they simply want to get out there and get jobs, and that's fine. And those people will take up jobs. And then there's a third group of people, which are people who are in between. So they need to reinvent themselves. They need to find a purpose. They need to find a passion. They're already very smart. They're very well read, and they have a huge amount of contribution to society. So if you put them into these low paid jobs, oh my God, that's like, you've got this unbelievable talent. So if you haven't figured out, this is me. So I have this unbelievable talent that I can help the world and inspire the world and have all these global transformation models. And yet nobody believes in me. And that's a whole other story about the matrix ecosystem and what it does and how it disempowers people, and it doesn't allow people to have critical thinking, first principle thinking. People are just acting 95% in their subconscious, and it's automated behavior every single day, and it's like they have blinkers on. Okay, so that's the first part. So here comes part number 2.